Yes, okay, 25 seems to be looking pretty fun as far as tours go, and God willing, I'll be able to catch a few, hopefully. But it made me think of a bunch of bands most metalheads have seemed to have seen before, whereas I, for whatever shit-ass reason, haven't. Yeah, you're probably like, ha! You've never seen Morbid Asshole before? To which I gotta be like, no. So, yeah. However, I do feel fortunate in some respects, because it's like I have gotten to see some pretty exceptional stuff over the years. AC before St. Putnam's unfortunate passing, or St. Vitus with WINO, MISFITS with Graves, which looking back, that was honestly pretty awesome. Hell, at this point with Glenn back, seeing him with Graves is almost the same as being able to say you saw Van Halen with Gary Cherone, you know? But yeah, stuff like that. Original PANTERA lineup, Typo Negative with Peter still alive, very grateful. So here's a bunch of bands I'm embarrassed to say I've never seen in concert before. Maybe you have, and if you have, please, I'd love to hear how it was, so feel free to comment. Oh yeah, and I tried to keep them to acts that do play relatively often as opposed to those who don't. For instance, SODOM. I mean, I've never seen SODOM, but then again, they don't really come to the States that often. Or SATYRICON, same type of thing. So okay, here's a list of bands who I'd absolutely love to see someday. First, MACABRE, very first death metal band I'd ever heard after I got the Behind the Wall Asleep EP as a birthday present in '94, which was a joke because the person who bought it for me thought the cover was hilarious. And hey, shout out to all my Chicago friends like The Friendly Man, Withering Soul, Blood of the Wolf family that have all played and hung out with them many times. But like, yeah man, I hope to God they get announced for Milwaukee Metal Fest this year, because if so, well shit, I'll get to see them. Next, heaviest band on earth, Mortician. I mean, this is just one of those bands that like, other than the horror samples and stuff, it's not like you're seeing any crazy theatrics or nothing, but what must it be like to hear them in person, you know? That's gotta be friggin' awesome. It's kinda like, have you ever been waiting for a band to take the stage and a few minutes beforehand, one of their guitar techs plays a chord and it's like, you know whoever it is you're about to see is gonna come out and kick everybody's ass and like, oh, it's just an awesome feeling. And you know what? If I got to meet Will, I would be like, Will, what year did your grandparents first come to the US from Poland? Because mine came in '47 and they settled in Yonkers too, and like, I've always wondered if I was remotely related to that guy, because the number of Poles that came to the US and landed in Yonkers, New York, compared to Irish or Italian around that time is pretty damn small, so hey, who knows? Alright, let's go back to Chi-Town for a second and like, okay, I think it's pretty understandable to most people how I, and hell, maybe anyone you know too, haven't seen these guys since they weren't even together for that long, but friggin' LSD, man. Dude, these guys were the maximum perfect epitome of that real dirty post-hair metal sound like you heard on Slave to the Grind, Skid Row, or Blackout in the Red Room, Love and Hate. LSD just ruled, man. I'd give a friggin' kidney to find out they recorded a second album. I only ever knew about these guys because of Beavis and Butthead, so I ended up getting a copy of Silent Majority and like, my God, what an awesome album, man. Holy shit. Alex Kane, sir, I implore you to go searching through some of those dark Chicago alleyways and find Stanley and book the United Center and yeah, man, it'll rule. If not mistaken, yes, I know the whole bum thing for Stanley was a joke, but like, I heard he was actually real well educated as a kid and like he ended up eventually married to some supermodel or something, so yeah, crazy, man. Next up, Marauder. God damn. And yeah, I know the lineup's way different today than yesterday, but it's almost like, dude, just listen to George's voice, man. I will stand by this. That is the most dangerous, threatening sounding voice in all of hardcore. Nobody else touches him on that front. In the event you haven't heard Marauder before, just listen to that Master Killer song and I know you'll be impressed. And the other thing I'll really stand on too is that, yeah, they only got 4 albums, but all 4 of them are good, man. Seriously, not one sucks compared to the other. Master Killer front to back, 5 Deadly front to back, Brutality's got No Warning, the title track, 41 Shots, again, whole album really. Got His Eye with Until, Gangster, Built on Blood. And how about like, what is it with hardcore bands where a singer can sound one way on an album and then change it up a lot on the next one and still sound just as good? You know who else was like that? Madball, man. I mean, Freddie sounds seriously like borderline death metal on Set It Off, and then you go to Demonstrating right after it. Sounds totally different, but still awesome. Does anybody else think Five Deadly is basically just as good as Master Killer? And how about its production? I mean, I know the band was really upset that it came out sounding like a demo, but I don't know, I thought it sounded great. And I'm not even one of those people that says demo quality is always better than a final, but on Venoms, it's like, you can almost vividly picture the Brooklyn basement that it was rehearsed in. So yeah, man, Marauder rules, always have, and I hope to God I get to see him live someday. Next, keeping it hardcore, I kind of already said him, but yeah, Madball. They seem to be pretty active, but for whatever reason, they never played a show I was at. But this is one of those bands that's got a ton of live-ready songs for everybody to sing along with, and like, it doesn't surprise me when you watch any of their concert footage and the entire place is going nuts, you know? It's almost like, how could you not though, when 1 second it's Set It Off, and then New York City, and then DMS, Look My Way. I mean, they just have so many awesome sing-along songs, so yeah, dude, fucking A. And then finally, listen, man, I don't care what anyone says, I liked Derrick Green's Sepultura. I thought they were fucking awesome. Cause yeah, now they're doing their farewell and they already came through Baltimore and I missed it, so now I guess it looks like I'll never be able to see them, but Dante, Alex, and Kairos right after it, I think were some of the Green version's best work. Some of the reason why my ass is still so chapped over never getting to see them is because when they came through Worcester during Kairos, I forget who else was with them, but it was on a Friday night and I was determined to go. However, I woke up that morning, went to work, and was like, shit, I am not feeling too good right now. And I ended up having the flu or something, and by 5 p.m. I was just like, fucking dead, man. It sucked. There was no way I was gonna be able to make that show. And I would have been alone, too. That's how dedicated I was. Everybody else is like, oh, it's not Sepultura without Max. Which, hey, that's fine. I totally respect that, but I still won't lie and say I didn't genuinely enjoy the Derrick Green stuff. Dude, you wanna see a cool-ass performance? I think it was like early 2009, and they played the Brazilian Grammy Awards, and they opened with this really soft, spooky version of that song, Girl from Ipanema, which transitioned perfectly into We've Lost You from Alex, and I don't know, it's just so badass. So yeah, dude, maybe unless they decide to pull a Kiss or a Motley Crue and go back on their word about a farewell, it ain't in the cards for Mr. Spew, so goddamn. But yeah, I guess there'd probably be more if I thought about it longer, but those are just a few bands that I feel like I can ask anybody I know, have you seen them? And they'd all be like, yeah. I tell you this though, I still say the wildest, most theatrical live performance is GWAR. Like, bringing out the amount of large shit they do onto a stage, and maybe that's part of it, like how because of the fact that they're not on some giant stage or something, like usually they're club size, but still though, friggin' GWAR alone is always larger than life, and like that big worm and stuff. And to think, I almost missed them the first time I saw them. It was in 2006 on some kind of Bam Margera sponsored tour, and my friend and I went for Municipal Waste because they were still sort of new at the time, and like their set finished, and we figured, what the hell, we'll stay for GWAR. And geez damn, man, that's all it took. And after that, I saw them every chance I could, which hasn't been that many. I mean, I've only seen them 4 times, all with Odorous, but yeah, shit like that is what deserves to be seen as the gold standard and stuff, you know? But alright, my friends, I am done. Yeah, have you seen any of the bands I haven't? Was it awesome? Please let me know, because I love reading about that kind of stuff. And if you did like this video, cool, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then GWAR, Madball, Macabre, whatever your ass, right into that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, stay wild, my friends.